Okay, so we're gonna be continuing with data handling. So now we're gonna learn about the box and whisker diagram. So before we can go to the box and whisker, we need to know how to find the fences, since they are needed for you to draw that box and whisker diagram. So we have the lower fence and the upper fence. So this will be more like your domains, where your box and whisker diagram does not touch nor cross. So you're gonna need to first find these two, and then you can go straight to your box and whisker. Okay, so before you find any fences, maybe the lower or the upper fence, you first need to calculate your IQR, which is equals to Q3 minus Q1. So you first have to find your interquartile range, and then after, you're gonna need that value of your interquartile range to calculate either the upper fence or the lower fence. Okay, so after finding the value of your interquartile range, so for you to determine the lower fence or fence lower, you're gonna say Q1 equals to you're gonna say equals to Q1 minus 1,5 multiplied by the IQR, which is your interquartile range. So we know that Q1 is what? Lower. What am I writing here? Lower quartile. So and then this is your IQR. So and then for the upper fence, same thing. You're gonna say Q3. Now you say plus 1,5 multiplied by your IQR, close bracket. So this is how you determine your upper fences and lower fences. So this, you know, it's the upper quartile, just like that. So yeah, so you first have to find your lower quartile, and then after you find your upper quartile, and then you calculate the interquartile range, and then after you substitute in this formula, then you find your fences. And this 1,5 is constant, so it's a number that is always there. You don't have to change it and write another value. It's just 1,5 as it is. Okay, so we are given a set of data, and they say find the fences. So okay, if you check, we already determined our lower quartile and upper quartile, so we can just jump straight into finding the fences. We're gonna start with the lower fence. Fence lower is equals to, it's going to be Q1 minus 1,5 multiplied by the IQR. So here we are missing what? The value of your IQR. So here I think it's best to first just find the IQR before maybe writing this formula. So this slot here, you can just say IQR is equals to Q3 minus Q1. Your Q3, 16 minus 9,75. And then you find your lower, your IQR. So it's going to be 16 minus 9,75 equals to, it's going to be 6,25. So this is your IQR. Now you substitute what is your lower quartile. 9,75 minus 1,5, your IQR 6,25. Then this is gonna give you, now you substitute everything in your calculator, 9,75, sorry, minus 1,5 multiplied by your IQR, which is 6,25. Then this is gonna give you 0.375. This is your lower fence. So, and then your upper fence, upper is equals to Q3 plus 1,5 multiplied by the I QR. And then what is your Q3? You're gonna take this 16 plus 1,5, your IQR 6,25. So and then you substitute, it's going to be 16, no, you put in the calculator, sorry, 1,5, 6,25, close bracket, it's gonna give you 25,375. And this is how you find your fences, your upper fence and your lower fence. So yeah, you first need to determine your Q1 and Q3, then your interquartile range. After, now you can substitute on your formula, yeah, on your lower fence formula and on your upper fence formula. So here it's actually best to be accurate about your values. So you must make sure that your lower fence is correct, your your lower quartile is correct, your upper quartile is also correct, because if they are wrong, then you're gonna get the interquartile range wrong, including your fences, your lower fence and your upper fence. So you need to be accurate. Okay, so in this video we're gonna be talking about the box and whisker diagram. So for you to draw the box and whisker plot, you need your minimum value of the data, which is x min. Then you need your max value, which is x max, and then after you need your lower quartile, which is Q1, then you need your upper quartile, which is Q2, and then you need your this is the middle quartile, and then this is the upper quartile. And then after, you're gonna need the fences, your fence lower and your fence upper. So this is everything you're gonna need to plot the box and whisker diagram. So the first thing, you're gonna group your data, and then you're gonna find your maximum value and you're gonna find your minimum value, then calculate your Q1, your Q2, your Q3, then determine your fences, your lower fence and your upper fence. So this is all the information you're gonna need to draw a box and whisker diagram. Okay, so here we have an example of how to draw a box and whisker. So I already have grouped the data. I wrote my x min, my x max, I calculated my lower quartile, my median, my upper quartile, and my fence lower and my fence upper. So this is all the data I'm going to need to draw a box and whisker. So here we're just gonna do a number line like this, and then we go back to our data. What is our minimum value? It's going to be 2, and let's just write 2 here. And then our maximum value, it's 20. We can go and write 20 here. So the next thing, we can draw the fences. No, we can write the fences. So our lower fence, it's going to be -17. It's going to be this side, maybe here, -7. And then we're gonna draw a domain or dotted lines like this. So this is going to be the lower fence, and then the upper fence, it's 35, more than the 20, maybe 35 somewhere here. And then we also draw we draw lines to indicate the fence, dotted lines. And then after we go back to our set data, we can see Q1. Then we're gonna go and write Q1. The value of Q1, it's 12. So let's just put 12 here due to space. And then our Q2 is 15. 15, it's gonna be close to Q1. And then our Q3, upper quartile, it's going to be 18. Then 18 is close to 20. And then after, you can project little lines going up like this. And then even for this one, maybe to here, 2, 3. So this is Q1, Q2, and Q3. The box is gonna be plotted on the projected lines of Q1, Q2, and Q3. So here you can just draw a line going up, another line going up, and another line going up. And then you join these 3 lines like this to create a square or a rectangle like this. And then your whiskers from the box to your maximum value, which is 20, and then from your box to your minimum value, which is 2. And this is how you plot a box and whisker diagram.